Hello, this is Tony Vinton. I'm just going to take a few minutes to explain in a little more detail the discussion grading and how it works. A lot of people tend to have questions on this one, so I feel it's worth spending a few minutes just to talk about it. The main part of it, so it's required, it's worth 10% of your total grade, and the requirement is that you post 5 times on 2 separate days for each module, and there's 8 modules, so you would do 5 times on 2 separate days for each. The 2 separate days, what that means is that you can post a total of 5 times, just split it up. So for instance, if you post 3 times on one day and 2 times on another day, then that's perfect. But if you post 5 times all in one day, then that's where you earn less credit. And the reason for that rule is because a lot of times what people will do is they'll just post on the very last day, or sometimes 10 minutes that it's due, and so we really don't get a lot of discussion from those. It seems that people are just fulfilling the requirement, and the hope is that you're reading the homework, reading the book, putting in some time, and posting. And what those posts can be is really anything that pertains to the content. So that can just be homework questions, which is what a lot of people do. It could be questions from the book. People do that. It can be help to other people too, so you can reply. So a post can be a reply. So let's say somebody asked a homework question, you can then reply to them and provide some feedback. And I'll show you an example in just a second. The grading is pretty simple. You get 10 points for satisfying that, so the 5 points on 2 separate days. And the posts do need to be meaningful, so if some of your posts are just 2 or 3 words and not very helpful, I don't count them, so just kind of be aware of that. 5 points for at least 3 times, and then 0 points. And so that's a pretty standard score, 0, 5, or 10. I do give a little credit here and there, so like if let's say you had 3 posts but they were really good posts, I might give you another point or 2 points, in those cases, but typically it's 0, 5, or 10. I'm going to go really quick to the schedule, just so you kind of see it. So our first module is due September 6th, and so notice where it says discussion assignment. So that's what the discussion assignment is that you're posting 5 times on 2 separate days there. So just kind of be aware of that. Just to show you an example of somebody who posted, this is from the summer, but just somebody who posted. So this person asked a question. Notice their title. That's really helpful. So if you can put the section and the problem number, super helpful. So Module 1, Section 2, number 8. That's kind of how it was set up. Now this one was using a different homework platform, so you'll notice a couple of different things, but ultimately it's the same idea. Notice they talk a little bit about what they're having trouble with here. They have 2 attachments. One of them is a screenshot, and so this is again a different homework platform, but ours would be the same idea. So they posted the question, which is great because we can view what they're having trouble with. And in the second page, they posted their work, which is wonderful because then we can see, okay, what's going on? What are they describing? And so if you're able to do that, and you can do that by taking a picture from your phone and then just sending it, via or copying it, or finding some way to get it to your computer, that's perfect. So there's lots of options for doing that. And if you have questions about how to do that, definitely let me know. But then you'll see a reply. A lot of times it's from me because I'm always in there trying to just make sure your questions are answered. But other people replied as well, and sometimes they're replying with different ways of thinking about it. So that's really helpful. And so you see lots of different people. Sometimes they're saying similar things, sometimes they're saying very different things, but they're trying in their own way to describe and help. So that's what we like to see. Some big things to remember when you make a post for a homework problem: module, section, and the problem number. If it's from the book, you can do the same thing: module, section, and then where on the page. Give a brief description. A couple of screenshots would help. You can actually embed the photos too, so we don't have to click on them, but this is perfect. So that's really what I'm looking for there. You do not have to post every day, but 5 total posts on 2 separate days. So if you have any questions about that, let me know.